All right, guys, we are live. It's 7:59. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. Let everybody get on. My name is Rob Sevilla from the great state of Mississippi. Got Corey Spanko from, I don't even know what part of Arizona you're from, to be honest with you.
The Phoenix area.
The Phoenix area. So
Hot
Arizona,
desert.
Mississippi are in the house. And if you're watching this tonight, it's either because you're on my list, or you may be on Corey's list, or you may be on one of our team members' list. But let me make this very clear from the beginning that, wherever you're watching this from, or maybe you're brand new and you just wanted to check it out to see, what this whole IPAS 2 thing was all about. But whatever the case, we always want to encourage you to get back with the person that sent you here. Okay, so if you're not on Corey's personal team or my personal team, if you're on one of our teammates, please get back with them. And get started with them and partner with them. We always encourage that and want to make sure that we practice the highest ethics possible. So we are glad that all of you are here tonight and watching. It's 8 o'clock, so I'm going to give it like another minute or two, and then we'll get started. But what we wanted to start doing with these webinars is we wanted to start having them again. We've kind of gotten away from them for a while. But we wanted to start having them again because we had seen how much success our teammates were having because they were able to plug into something, every week. And to be honest with you, and Corey will testify to this, is that a lot of the success comes in your business simply from having the right beliefs, right? Because right beliefs determine your action. And he can tell you this, and I can testify to this, that when you're down in the dumps and you're negative all the time and you're complaining all the time, guess what? Your actions reaffirm those beliefs, right?
Absolutely.
But when you're positive, and even when you're like the biggest storm or trial in your life, or even when all the circumstances or all hell is breaking loose, and you're able to maintain that positive mentality and that that optimism, what happens is your actions reaffirm those beliefs. And so this is not some self-help mumbo jumbo. This is real truth. I mean, this stuff is really real. I used to think it was all a bunch of garbage, and then in my own life I've seen it work. And so we wanted to start doing this every single week again, just to give you something to plug into, just to let you know that there's people like us that are out here doing it. And I'll just be honest with you, I'm not a guru. I'm not making $1 million a month online, but I'm doing better than 90% of the people online. And one of the main reasons is accredited to my beliefs and and being positive and taking action so we want to be able to have these weekly webinars where we can talk to you about those things and then also implement some training. I will be very honest with you from the beginning as well. We don't plan for these things to go into some big comprehensive training webinar simply because of the fact that you get all of that in the IPAS system. Okay, and we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. However, we will touch on some things and help give you some tips and some ninja secrets, if you will, that will help you succeed in IPAS or any business. I mean, once you learn the formula and once you learn what's really working, you can apply it to any business online. Okay, specifically, we're going to be talking about the IPAS 2 business, which all of you watching tonight should either already be in or maybe you're looking at being in there. So it's 8:03. Corey, before I get started, do you have anything you want to say before we get started?
Just touching or piggybacking on what you said about mindset, I came from a place where, I was really pretty much desperate. And I can tell you now, if that's you, my biggest piece of advice to you is just somehow you've got to get rid of that feeling of desperation. You may be desperate, but if that translates into your business and your promoting efforts, people are going to see right through you, and it's really hard to get sales when you're at that point. So if you can shift that mindset from a point of desperation to a point of optimism and positiveness, and convey that in your promoting, I came from that just 6 months ago. I was there.
Yeah.
And now, I'd like to think I'm running a pretty successful online business thanks to that shift in my mindset. And so hopefully, you guys can catch on to that.
Well, and that's a really a great point because, and I don't mind being honest and transparent with you guys because I'm just that way. I don't have any reason to fluff you or hype you. This is a real business, and just to be honest with you, sometimes it sucks. I mean, just to be real, there's nothing wrong with being real. The reality is, do you want to let that control your beliefs, which ultimately controls your actions, or do you want to be
Right.
able to rise above that and because I mean any business, a brick and mortar business, any business owner will tell you that there's rough times in their business. That's why it's a business, and that's why not everybody is doing their own business because they can't handle it. So this is not some get rich quick scheme, some pie in the sky deal. This is a real business that takes work, and if you will do the work consistently, let me underline the word consistent, which I want to talk about later tonight. Consistency is a big deal, is a key ingredient to making this thing fly on the internet. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you because you have to be able to maintain that even when in the valleys and the storms and when it just sucks and everything just doesn't look like it's going right and when you're doing all the right things but nothing's coming back. I can
Mhm.
promise you if you'll stay consistent in planting those seeds, you'll reap a harvest. And I think Corey, you're a prime example of that. But what's really cool is to see his success encourages me, because I've had a few rough months in my business. A lot of that's just because we planted a church here in the town that I live in and just been so busy doing it. The cool thing is I still had money coming in, but I had gotten a little frustrated because I wanted it to be a little bit better. But then to hear Corey's results really encourages me to can you push harder and to push harder and harder and harder and remind myself that I don't want to fall into the trap of oh poor me or and as of course said, even if you're desperate tonight, channel that desperation correctly, right? I mean, don't be so desperate that it bleeds through all of your content because it will, right? People can see that a mile away, and you'll never partner with anyone, or no one will ever want to partner with you, because if you're desperate like that, you're going to repel people instead of attract people. And we're in the business of attraction marketing, not repel marketing. Okay, and so that's a really really good point. Um, all right, let's see here. It's 8:07, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. But what I want to do before we get into some training here in just a few minutes and talk about some things is I want to encourage all of you that should be watching this. Maybe there's some brand new people that are just checking us out before they actually pull the trigger. But if all of you should have activated your $7 trial IPAS account. And Corey, is that 10 days? Is that what they get on that? I know they
Yeah.
changed it, but
7 days.
7 days. Okay, so you get 7 days to basically test drive the whole system, and I'm going to show you what I mean here in just a second. But what's going to happen after that 7 days is they're going to give you time to go through that, make sure the system is right for you, watch all the initial videos, which I'll show you here in just a second. We're going to ask you that you connect with one of our success coaches, certified IPAS success coaches, because the reason we want you to do these two things is it's going to greatly increase your chances of success with the system. Why? Because you're going to exactly know what you need to do, right? You're going to exactly know what the IPAS 2 system is. You're going to know without a shadow of a doubt what it takes to make money online, more specifically with the IPAS 2 system. And then the coach is there to answer any questions or any concerns or address any comments that you may have, and then help kind of hold you by the hand, if you will, to get you started in the right direction, right? Now, I actually pay for that feature simply because of the fact that sometimes I'm not able to get to everybody in one day, and so it just allows me to be able to talk to more people and get them started with the IPAS 2 system, okay? So your coach may actually be the person that sponsored you, and that's fine. In my case, it's going to be a person that IPAS 2 chooses, but regardless, you want to connect with your sponsor, you want to watch all 5 videos, make sure you build that solid foundation, because I see so many people trying to get into this and they just kind of browse through the videos and they don't connect with the coach, and what I'm seeing in my own personal business is they're not having the success that someone would have if they would have done and followed through with the formula that we suggest from the beginning, right? The 5 videos are mandatory. So you got to watch the videos, and the reason we did that is because we wanted to be able to separate the tire kickers and those that are just looking from those that are really, really serious, okay? But here's the deal, friends. We can give you all the training. We can give you the blueprint. We can give you everything you need, but the reality is your success is ultimately dependent on you, right? It's not dependent on Corey. It's not dependent on me. It's not dependent on anybody else. It's up to you to make it happen. Okay, and so that's very important that you understand that, because I see so many people getting into online businesses and they don't want to take responsibility for their business, right? And this is not some, I'm not trying to hype you tonight. I'm trying to be really real with you, because we really want you to understand what it takes to make it in this business. But here's the cool thing: if you do the things that we're telling you to do, and you follow with us, and you follow the formula, and lower your ego, and get rid of your pride, I promise you, you'll begin to have some results, right? I mean, I'm living proof. Corey's living proof. We just have too many teammates that are having success with this, but they're doing the things that I'm telling you here in the beginning to do. Would you agree with that, Corey?
Yeah, and let me just say something about one of my team members here, just along those lines. Malik Saunders, he couldn't be here tonight, but I asked him to just kind of give me a little blurb on what it is that he's doing, because he's only been in the system for a month and a half, maybe 2 months tops.
Okay.
He's consistently getting 1 to 3, maybe 4 sales per day. And so I asked him, we of course wanted to have him on tonight, but he just couldn't make it. But so he wrote this little paragraph for me, telling and sharing what it is he's doing. And so I thought I'd just really quick read this to you guys and let you know that it really does work if you take the actions every day. So let me read this real quick. It just says. Since joining, all I've done is free advertising. I haven't done any solo ads or bought any traffic. Most of my traffic comes from Craigslist, and I consistently post ads every day. I have 10 different accounts for Craigslist, and for each account I post in a different city using an IP changer, which that's one of those advanced techniques that you can get with some advanced training. But he goes on to say, which helps for my ads to stick. And other social media that I'm using is Facebook, chatting with people, 10 to 15 people per day, and then posting in groups. I've made some YouTube videos as well, sharing my results and giving my opinion on the IPAS system for the people who do research on YouTube. And I think having my own domain name helps a lot as well. But this is all I've been doing since I joined a couple of months ago. So that's, in a nutshell. He hasn't even gotten into any paid traffic yet, and he's already having phenomenal results. So it's just a matter of doing something every day and getting good at 1 or 2 things first before trying to learn everything. Because IPAS 2 is going to train you, or give you training on several different strategies, and I think it's really important that you just take 1 or 2 of those, master those, before moving on to something else, so that you're not overwhelmed and you can start taking that action every day, and you will see good, consistent results. Real pretty quick. For me, I mean, I made my first 3 sales in the first 3 days that after IPAS launched, and so that made my investment back, that $47 monthly investment, within 3 days. So everything on top of that was all profit.
Sure.
So his story, I think, is really encouraging.
It is. That's really encouraging, and I think it's just something really quick to touch on. Is no matter where you're at, if I wrote a blog post the other day entitled "Is Free Traffic Pointless?" and I wasn't bashing free traffic, but what I was trying to show people is that no matter if it's free or paid traffic, if you have a horrible offer, you're never going to make any money. But we have probably the greatest offer, if not in the top 3 offers on the internet right now. Okay,
I agree.
This thing converts, it works, it actually does what it says it's going to do, And so whether you're driving free or paid traffic, it doesn't really matter. Now, I'm using the word free very loosely because I like to say organic is probably a better word because it does cost you an investment of your time. But all of us are different. For me, I'm more of a paid guy because it fits my schedule, right? And so, however, it doesn't mean it's the only way. And Corey's exactly right. Is don't get overwhelmed. Don't come into this thing and trying to learn Facebook, Craigslist, paid, solo ad, everything, right? Pick something that you can get really passionate about. For Corey, it's Facebook posting. He loves to do the Facebook posting and group posting, and he has the software to do it, and it works great for him. I mean, he can show you, he'll show you proof in just a few minutes here that it's working for him in his back office, okay? For Malik, maybe it's more, of Craigslist mixed with a little bit of that. I know Corey does some Craigslist as well. For me, I'm a YouTube guy. I generated almost 10,000 leads last year with YouTube, okay, and using YouTube. However, I didn't get there in one day, right? If you're going to do organic methods, most organic methods or free methods are going to take usually a little bit longer. Now, Craigslist is different, but there's some little hoops you got to jump through. Would you agree with this, Corey? I think Facebook and Craigslist are probably the fastest organic methods or free methods that you can use to get results pretty quickly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, but like me with YouTube videos or blogging, those are things that you got to be committed to at least for 90 days. It may not take you 90 days to get results, but I tell people when you're blogging and doing YouTube videos, you got to be willing to pump out content left and right and put as many videos out there. But what begins to happen is if you do it correctly, you'll begin to generate leads. So there's no excuse, friends. If you say, hey Rob, I don't got a marketing budget tonight, hey, that's okay in IPAS, and if you're on our team and on these webinars, we're going to show you how to make this thing work on no budget, right? We can show you how to make this thing work on a big budget. Once again, it's totally up to you. It really has nothing to do with what we show you or don't show you. It has everything to do with how bad do you want it, that you're going to search it and find it out and do whatever it takes. I had someone email me today that said, hey, I really want to do this. I got a son, and I'm living with my parents, blah, 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 and I need to make this kind of money. And you know what I replied back to them? I said, let that be your why. You and your son, you're a single mom, you're living with your parents, and you got to make this amount of money. Let that drive you. And this person said in the email, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work, right? What does the hip hop preacher say? He says you got to want it bad, so bad enough that as bad as you want to breathe. As bad as you want to live your life and breathe. That's how bad you got to want it, right? It's got to be that important. And here's the thing: when you want it that bad, your actions, the right actions, automatically follow, friend, right? Because you begin to do the things consistently that you need to do to make this thing work. So, man, congratulations to Malik. I see his stuff all the time, and actually, I'm going to share my screen, and I want to show you guys that he is a real person, because it's encouraging when I see in my news feed when I see people like him. But let me get rid of these here, guys. 1 second. All right, here we are, Malik's wall. Malik Sanders. Where's he at? Virginia? Is that right? At a Virginia?
Yeah, North Carolina, somewhere right there.
Okay. And it says, I have a lot of goals, and time keeps going, so I got to keep going too. But here it says, boom, 6 hours ago, I just earned a $23 residual commission, right? So this is working, guys. I mean, this is working. And then you see some quotes, and then he's showing some proof in his back office. But the bottom line is, it's working for Malik. Why? Because he took massive action. He realized that his success was dependent on him. And guys, everything you need, there's nothing that Corey and I can tell you more than what you're going to learn in IPAS. Everything that we're teaching you is in the back office. I mean, there's so much training back there, from YouTube to pay-per-click to solo ads to done-for-you traffic. I mean, you name it, how to build relationships online, the Facebook marketing that Corey alluded to, having chats with people. Some people call it the Facebook hustle. Where you're just building relationships with people, and then, you're sharing with them your opportunity. All of that is learned here in the IPAS 2 back office, okay? So let me backtrack real quick because I want to make sure that you understand what needs to be done, and I want to make sure that you position yourself to be in the best possible position to make the quickest amount of money as possible. Now, when I say the word money, I do need to stop here and put a disclaimer that we cannot guarantee any results because we have no idea if you're going to take massive action and work hard like we've done, right, Corey? It's taking hard work. It's not a pie in the sky deal. It takes hard work.
Yeah,
So we can't guarantee that you're going to do the above average things that we've had to do to get where we're at. However, I can promise you this, that if you will take massive action, that if you will refuse to be ordinary and average, that there's just no mathematical way that you cannot have results. I mean, there's just none. Corey's doing it, I'm doing it, Malik's doing it, other teammates of ours are doing it, and we'll have them on in the coming weeks and share their testimonies with you. There's just too many people that are doing it that are actually following the formula, and we're not special. There's nothing special about us. We're not gurus. I'm just a guy who lives in North Mississippi, originally from California. I started online 6 years ago. I failed miserably for my first 3 years, spent thousands of dollars, chased every guru. I'd become negative, jaded, frustrated, calloused. I blamed everyone, you know, and the reality is, at the end of the day, is that it really boiled down to me. And when I begin to work on me, and I begin to work on my development, things begin to turn around for me. Okay, and so that's what I want to encourage you to do tonight, is to take massive action. So let me backtrack for a second, and then I want to talk about these things, and then I want to share something else with you, and then I'm going to see if Corey has anything he wants to share with you. Okay, when you get your $7 trial account, you are redirected to this page here. Right? These are 5 modules that I referenced earlier that you must watch. It is imperative that you really watch these things. Now, they're getting ready to change it and shorten it a little bit because some people think they're too long. But to be honest with you, I have no problem watching all 5. I don't care how long the videos take if it helps me have success online. Okay? And that's what these 5 videos are going to do. They're going to lay the foundation for you. All right, starting with success formula all the way to getting started. Below that, it says here, certified IPAS 2 success coach. You want to connect with the success coach because of the fact that they're going to walk through this with you, discuss some things with you, map out your game plan with you, and then more importantly, if you look over here to the right, it says fill out your success game plan, right? When you fill that out, the success coach sees that, and they go down through that with you to give you the best possible way to achieve those financial goals and those dreams. Okay, so that's why it's important that you connect with a sales coach. Now, I'm going to put here on getting started just for a second, and forgive me, guys, my internet's a little slow when I'm running. Let me put it on pause here. Okay, and if you look over here to the right, it says here, limited time discount offer. Start making $3,000 commissions today. Click here to join, and it says view the other profit maximizers. I want to encourage all of you, whether you've just started your trial account or maybe you've been with us for a month or a couple of weeks or whatever, I want to encourage you to go back to this module and really understand why it's important that you take part in the profit maximizers. See, you can make money with IPAS 2 and just the marketing system, but Corey will tell you this, and you know, he's a witness to this. By not doing this, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Corey, let me ask you this: how much money do you think you would have lost if you would have not had all the profit maximizers? Just a guesstimate.
About $5,000.
Okay.
And let me say that the first time that I got an email, and I'll show you the email when I get to my screen share. The first time I got that email from Empower Network saying, "Congratulations, you just lost a $3,000 commission because one of your signups commission was passed up to your sponsor because you have not purchased that, the master's course yet." Or the black course or the black membership, that really motivated me to position myself. So, like I said, I'll touch on that a little bit more on my screen, but that was a huge motivator,
Right.
and it, kept me from losing even more commissions for sure.
Well, and here's the thing, okay? And we were talking about this before we got online. I loved what you said, that when you receive commissions like that, you said it right before we went on the air tonight, Corey. You said it makes me hunger for more,
Yeah,
right? Once you get a
yeah,
taste, once you get a taste, little $25 and $35 commissions just don't satisfy anymore. They're good, right? And I'm not saying to be braggadocious or prideful. I'm just saying, friends, you want to position yourself to make the most amount of money possible to maximize, excuse me, your return on investment. And Corey, let me let you be a witness on this as well, and because you've seen this firsthand. It's just as easy to sell something where you earn a $3,000 commission as it is something that you only earn a $25 or $35 commission on. Is that correct?
well, yeah, and you only have to do it once or twice a month, and you're set. And the other thing is, a lot of people see this uh, when they go through these formula videos and they come to this screen that you're on here. Oh, they just want more of my money. No, it's not, because they're not just. It's not just about spending, $3,000 on an upgrade. Um, I'm about to lose my computer here. I'm going to have to switch to another one, but um, it's about positioning yourself to be able to earn more. Okay, so
It's an investment in your business. And friends, I want to encourage you to go back to step 5 and watch it and get away from the spend mentality and get yourself into the investment mentality. Why? Because I'm telling you right now, as you begin to follow the training and bring people into this system, people are going to see the value in positioning themselves. And as Corey's already alluded to, all it takes, I mean, let's just be conservative here. One $3,000 commission a month equates to what? $36,000 a year. Friend, what would 36,000, how would that impact your financial situation right now? Most of us, big time, right? I mean, what is the, I forgot, like 7 out of 10 couples today in America, they're just, if they had an extra $500 a month or $600 a month, it would keep them from having to file bankruptcy, right? That just shows you how bad America is off today financially. And so imagine being able to earn $3,000 commissions, okay? Imagine being able to position yourself to be able to earn this type of money. And so I want you to get away from the negative thinking, right? We talked about our thinking and our beliefs. I want you to get away from the negative thinking and the belief that, oh, they just want my money or whatever, and start thinking that this is a business. Let me tell you something. If you were to go try to start even a Subway today, right? Go on entrepreneur.com or go Google search the top 10 franchises and see how much money it would take for you to start one of the top 10 franchises today. They're going to be anywhere from $100,000 to $2 or $3 million easily, right? And that doesn't include everything else that you have to have, other monies and other resources you need to have to get them going. Okay, this is a real business, and if you want to treat it like a real business, then you need to be all in. Here's the last thing I'm going to say about it, because I don't want to be like one of those people that is just trying to beat people over the head. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but let me just say this. Like attracts like. And when you're all in emotionally, psychologically, and when you own all the products and you're all in, you're going to attract those kind of people, right? Because most people are not going to go all in if you're not all in, because they're going to say, well, if you're not all in, then why are you trying to tell me to go all in, right? Just doesn't make sense. It's being a hypocrite. And so this is one of the reasons that you need to go back to doing this. And then we have the black membership, we have the gold, we have the silver, and we have the pro. Look, I understand if you cannot do the black membership, I totally get it. However, don't let your negative thinking, or don't let that sabotage your overall success, because it can. Okay, so go find a profit maximizer that best fits in your budget, and work your way up if that's what you got to do from now. Whatever the case may be, the bottom line is don't just settle for where you're at. If you can't go all in, then make a plan, map out a plan of success, and say, I plan to be all in within 90 days. Because I'm telling you, friend, if you don't, you're leaving some serious commission on the table. And as Corey's already stated, when you get an email that says you lost a $3,000 commission, I'm going to tell you something. That really hurts your feelings. Okay? Big time. I mean, it really does. I would say that when I wasn't all in the very beginning, this is a couple of years ago, I probably lost about $10,000 in commissions before I finally wised up, right? Because I was like maybe some of you watching this tonight, I didn't really believe that I could make those kind of commissions. Why? Because I had these self-limiting beliefs, these negative beliefs that were sabotaging my success. And then finally, when I went all in and went for it, guess what happened? Almost immediately, I had someone go all in. Why? Because you attract those kind of people when you yourself are passionate about what you're doing. Okay? And so this is why I wanted to talk to you tonight about this. Now, finally, and then I'm going to turn it over to Corey and let him share some things here in just a second. But, I want to show you something here in the training center. One second here, guys. Let me let my internet come up. All right. In the training center, one of the other reasons that you want to be all in is because what happens is when you're all in, you can see it says the basics, it says pro, it says silver, it says gold, it says black. Well, one of the reasons you want to be all in is because the higher the level that you are at, the more top tier training you get access to, right? So let me go to silver here. I'm just going to pick one out of the blue. This is the basic one that I'm in now. One second here. Let my internet switch. It's a little slow. Okay. For instance, here under silver, it says here, email marketing 101, simple daily email ideas, 4 times your email results, maximizing your open rates, blogging mastery, and then bonus training. Okay. Now, guys, these are trainings from 5, 6, 7-figure money earners. These are people that are having success and they're sharing all of their nuggets with us. And the higher level we are at within IPAS, the more this training is unlocked. And let me just go to black because I'm at the black level. I'm all in, right? And let me just show you what you get here, right? Fan page story. PPC Mastery Part 1 with Justin Berengia, then Part 2, YouTube Mastery with John Moroz. Is that John Moroz? It may be
Yeah.
What's his name? John Penberthy. I can't remember who that is. Bing PPC Mastery with John Moroz. Over the shoulder recordings, right? How to generate leads, and then bonus training. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, this right here, this top one, Justin Maringia normally charges $1,000 just for the training alone. Okay, just for that one training. This YouTube training is by $1 Million Money Earner within Empower Network. John Moroz, if it's the John Moroz one. If it's not, John Pemberton is still a 6-figure money earner. But the bottom line is, these are guys that are showing you how they've made hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions of dollars with the program. These 3 right here, the Facebook, the YouTube, and the Bing alone could easily be sold for $1,000 to $2,000 a piece, the courses. Okay, they could easily get that, and you get it included with the system and all of these other trainings and products. All right. When you go all in, or if you go gold, if you decide to go level, whatever the case may be, the bottom line is, not only are you positioning yourself to make the most income, but the reason you're able to make income like that is because now you're being video trained, right here, these video tutorials, you're being showed everything you need to be shown on how to have success. So as we talked about earlier, for some people that's Facebook, right? Whether that's free traffic through Facebook or paid traffic. For some of it's YouTube. For some of it's Yahoo and Bing. I'm a Yahoo and Bing guy. I'm a YouTube guy, right? For some of us it's blogging. For some of it's other things, right? There's a lot of aspects and dynamics to a business to make it run efficiently. And in all these trainings here, in the pro, silver, gold, and black, there is just tons of nuggets that you can learn from. Now look at this one here, personal storytelling. That is an area that I was very weak at for a long time, because what I didn't realize for a long time is that people love stories. Like, I knew that, but I never really implemented it in my business, right? Here's training on how to do that effectively in your business, because, friends, people invest in people, right? And so the better that you can tell your story, the better that you can relate to them, the more people that you're going to attract to your business. And this is the last thing I'm going to say, then I'm going to turn it over to Corey here. None of this stuff matters if you're not consistent with it, right? And here's what I mean. You got to be consistent on creating traffic, right? Because it starts with traffic, friends. You have to be consistent in, let me stop sharing this here real quick. You have to be consistent in creating traffic. You have to be consistent in capturing leads, right? Because list building should be your #1 priority. We're in the business, one of our leaders says we're in the business of collecting emails. That's the truth. And you have to be consistent with, sales conversions. Well, if you do the traffic thing right, and you have the right offer and the right system, you're going to capture leads and you're going to make sales. Just the bottom line. It just happens that way, right? And so we can give you all this training and we can tell you to position yourself, but even then, that's still not enough. You have to take action. You have to take consistent daily action. You have to do whatever it takes, even if you feel like it or not, and just do it, do it, do it. And I promise you, if you'll stay consistent in your efforts, it will pay off, right? Get rid of the I want something for nothing mentality, because if that's what you're looking for, you need to shut this webinar off and go find something else, because that's not what this is. And I hate to be that real and candid with you, but I want to save you a lot of time and us a lot of time, because we're looking for people that want to be serious. We're looking for people that want to change their life in 2015, and that want to partner with us and build something. Want to build a community of like-minded people that are ready to impact their situation and help others and do whatever it takes to serve others to get to that point. Okay? All right, Corey, I'm going to turn it over to you and see if you have anything you need to say.
All right, thanks, man. That's a lot of good nuggets in there, what Rob was saying. Let me get on my screen here, and I just want to touch on 3 or 4 different things here. I'm not going to take up a whole lot of time, but well, no, that's not what I want. I want my email. Okay, so I'll pull up my email just to kind of give you guys an idea. Rob, you can see my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay, and I just pulled up the emails from IPAS 2 telling me I've got a new sale, I've got a new commission, I've got a new upsell commission, trial sale, whatever it is. And you can just see here how consistent the results are. I mean, you go down the line here. Today, I had 4 trial sales.
Hey, Corey, it went black. I don't know what happened, but now all I see is a black screen.
Oh, really? Let's see. Google Hangouts is sharing your screen with Google Plus. No.
All I see is black, so I don't.
Okay. Huh. Let me get off and try getting back on again.
Sure. Okay, I can see you now.
Share that again.
Okay, I see your. Oh, I saw something there.
How's that?
Yeah, I can see. Let me mute my mic so don't switch back.
All right. So is that showing now?
Yes, I see files on your computer. It's like some kind of file screen.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I think I'm clicking the wrong icon. That's why. Let me try this one more time. All right. I want the entire screen. There we go. I'm still getting used to the Hangouts. Okay. Now tell me if you can see my Gmail.
See it, brother. It's good.
Okay. All right. So if I scroll down here, like I was saying, today I've had 4 trial sales. two of the full price six-figure upsell commissions, one of the half price, and then one monthly rebill. So today was a pretty good day, but what I was trying to show you guys is how consistent the results are that come in. If I just go down the line, virtually every day I'm getting results. And you don't need to have a ton of results every day, especially when you're starting off. But you know, what I'm trying to say is, you don't need a ton of results to start seeing decent commissions and decent income. And what your goal is to, over the long term, build up your residual income. And obviously, all of us started at zero when we started IPAS 2, and now I've got my residual income up to right around $1,300 or $1,400 per month, and so those results will start coming in consistently as long as you're taking consistent action every day, just like we talked about. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you was the importance, if you haven't already, and just disregard the name if you see a name there, but I want to take this here and throw that into my search bar and show you how consistent it is that people will buy that upsell, and you'll earn a commission off of that. So if you haven't purchased that six-figure upsell, here is exactly why you would want to do that. Okay, you can see, again, maybe not every day with this, but if you get a half a dozen of these a month, at whatever your commission percentage is, 50% or 70% if you're a black member, if you get 10 of those a month, that's another $330, $340 a month. So it adds up. Okay, so that's the exact reason why IPAS 2 and Empower Network provides these upgraded packages, not only to provide value to you in the training that it gives, but also to give you another vehicle to make more money. So that's it on my emails. And now I just wanted to touch on the Facebook messaging first of all, hang on, let me back up and get off of your message here. And I posted this earlier today, along with the link, I think, to this webinar right here, just showing that it doesn't take a god-awful amount of leads to start seeing good success with IPAS 2. Right now, this is showing just the last 2 weeks of activity, and this is from my Get Response account. This is showing that I'm averaging 30 plus new subscribers per day. And again, my regimen is Facebook posting and messaging, Craigslist ads. I've got probably about 10 to 12 Craigslist ads at any one given time, and then emailing my list. And over the last 30 days or so, I've really focused on posting one blog post per day, and now I'm starting to see the results of that. 2 out of the last 4 or 5 IPAS signups that I've had have come directly from one of my blog posts. So I'm now starting to get where I was getting maybe 2 or 3 hits on my IPAS from my blog posts. Now I'm getting anywhere from 10 to 20 hits from those posts every day. So that's just another tool that I've added to the arsenal, so to speak, to bring in more leads. And like I said, it doesn't take, if you can get yourself to where you're averaging 20 to 30 leads, and Rob told me this a year ago, 20 to 30 leads a day, you're going to start seeing success. And now you take those 20 to 30 leads, and let's say you get 10% of them to sign up, you're getting 3 signups per day. What happens if you start calling those signups and going through kind of the coaches, and some of you have access to this, some of you don't, but When you're a black member, or actually I think as low as maybe a silver member or pro member, you'll get the coaching training to where if you haven't enrolled in the coaching service where you're paying for the IPAS coaches to actually contact your new signup, at the pro level you get some really killer training on how to do that yourself, how to coach your new signups yourself. And so what happens if you start calling your new signups and just explaining, kind of like what Rob and I are doing here on this webinar, the importance of how you position yourself with the upsell products, the upgraded packages, and Power, and doing what it takes. If you can convey that to your new signups, instead of them just seeing a video and a system and a bunch of buttons that say click here to upgrade so that you can maximize your profits, you get somebody actually explaining to you really why that's important, and especially if it's coming from somebody who's walked the walk and has had the results and has seen the fruits of that labor. Now you can be doing that and just really increasing your income exponentially. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on real quick, Rob, was my Facebook messaging. And I think I touched on this last week, but that may have been when we cut out and didn't realize we were not recording. So on my Facebook, I just wanted to share real quick a couple of different strategies you can take. IPAS 2, I'm just going to load my back office here. I had it on my other computer, and my other computer overheated a few minutes ago, so I had to switch to my backup. But while that's loading, there's two ways you can, and I don't mean for this to be any kind of extensive training, just a real brief touch on the kind of message, and most of these people I doubt are on this and will never see this webinar. So here's an example of a Facebook message that I send out, and I don't just send this out to anybody. What I'll do is I'll pick a network marketing group or an MLM group on Facebook and start hitting some of the members on there. I'm not providing a link. I don't want to spam them with an opportunity that they didn't ask for. All I'm saying is, you can read for yourself. We're both members of this certain Facebook group together, and I've been working on a project the past few months, and it's proven to work great for me, going from $400 a month to now over $2,000 a month. And now I need to revise that because my last month was right around 4,900 bucks, and so I plan on improving that every month. But just to go on here, I'm now looking to share my simple success strategy with people who want to make an extra whatever amount you want to plug in there this month. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll send you some details with no strings attached. And 8 out of 10 people are going to respond and say, yeah, I'm interested in seeing what you have to offer. So I'll shoot them a link, and let me see if I can find one where this is what I send them back. I just say, let me be clear, or let me just clear the air here first and tell you that this is not some get-rich-quick or pyramid program. You and I are far better and more professional than that. Tell you, how much I've earned since it launched on September 8th. I'm up to 9,400 bucks. Plus, it includes top-tier marketing training courses. And here's my link, And so they'll check that out. I get, on average, one sale per day from messaging this to anywhere from 20 to 40 people per day. And I don't do that myself. I use an auto-posting software that does that for me. So it's just doing that on the background during the day. I don't even have to touch it. All I have to do is respond, just like this one here. So my software will send this out, and then I actually respond, and then start just building a rapport with them, a little bit of a relationship, and they get to find out what it is that I'm working on, and it's a great way to bring in extra leads and sales. Now the other method, let me pull up my Word document here, is something that one of our other members, one of our top producers actually, John Oakes, uses this method. And what he does, you know what? I'm not sure if I. Let me just see if I've got that in here. He doesn't approach people from a standpoint of trying to share his system, but more from a standpoint of, and I can't see it here, but more from a standpoint of just making a connection with somebody. And yeah, it looks like I don't have that on this document here. I thought I did, but you know, basically what he's just saying is, um, hey, you know, I've looked at your profile. We're in a certain group together, and I see that we have lots of different friends, some of the same fantastic friends that, or mutual friends, I should say. And you know, I'd really like to see some of your posts show up in my timeline or my newsfeed. Would it be okay to connect? If so, let me know, and I'll send you a friend request. So, you know, for him, that's really working, and I can see where it's so powerful because, again, he's not trying to sell himself or a link, and he's not trying to get them to send him a friend request. As we all know with Facebook, if you send too many friend requests every day, you know, Facebook can flag you. They can, you know, put you in Facebook jail. So he's offering to them, hey, you know, don't send me one. Let me know if I can send you one. I'd love to connect with you. And you know, I just saw a post recently here. He's just hit the $200,000 mark, and he's doing well over 20 grand a month using IPAS too. So obviously that's working for him. But all that to say that Facebook messaging, if you just take, you know, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, if you don't have an auto posting software, you can do this manually, like I said, in 15 to 20 minutes. Send out 10 to 15 messages each day. Do that for a month, okay? Don't get discouraged if you do it for 1 or 2 days and don't get any results, but do it for a month and see, you know, what kind of results you get. I guarantee you, if you don't get immediate results, you're going to start building your friend list on Facebook, and that's just about as good as having an email list, okay? Because people have opted in a different way on Facebook to see your stuff, and so you know you're just creating more leads, and you know maybe down the line, a month or 2 months, maybe a couple weeks, they're going to keep seeing the results that you're posting on Facebook, which is another huge strategy, posting your proof. But they're going to see that, and eventually something's going to go off in their brain and say, man, I want to have the kind of results he's having. I need to join him. And so I've gotten many sales and leads that way, and I know you can too. So with that, I think next week I'll save the Craigslist posting for next week because I know we're starting to get up there in time. But let me stop sharing my screen and let you take over there.
All right, that's some good stuff. And guys, we're going to get into some more detailed training. I don't think we'll ever get to the point to where we're trying to you know, do too much on this webinar. It's just simply because we really want this to be more about encouraging you. We really want this to be more about you know, you know, motivating you and inspiring you to do the things necessary to do, because the training's already there. It's in the back office. We're basically doing what we were taught. But one thing I do want to touch on as we close out tonight, and Corey talked about it when I said it earlier when I told him, is that, you know, people always say, well, Rob, what do I need to focus on? Well, first things first. One, if you haven't watched all the 5 videos, go do that right now. Number 2, connect with the IPAS 2 Success Coach. Number 3, make sure you fill out that success game plan. Why? Because what happens is that begins to commit you, right? It begins to commit you to this process, to this system, which when you're committed, when you do all of those things, it begins to you begin to take the right actions necessary to have success. But then let me just give you another one here real quick. Go take a look at the profit maximizers and position yourself to make the most amount of money possible,
marketing
to make to get the most amount of return on your investment, right? Because I promise you that will happen if you position yourself correctly. So those things out of the way, people go, well, Rob, what am I supposed to do? right? I'm doing all of that, or I've done all that. What next? Well, obviously, you go through the training, you get your system set up. But the bottom line is you got to start getting traffic to your offer. So if you have a marketing budget, take part in the paid resources. I know in the Facebook group, our specific Facebook group, I think I've listed 9 or 10 there that either myself or some of my teammates have used to start generating traffic. You want to start getting quality traffic, right, to your offer. Let me caution you, if you take the paid route, don't go get one of these $10, million hits for $10, because they're nothing more than just a bunch of garbage bots. Okay, you need quality traffic going to your offer. So here's what I always tell people: make it a goal right now. I'm going to make it real simple for you. What should you do right now? Okay, here's what you do: make it your goal that in the next 14 days you want to be at 5 to 10 leads a day. Okay, shoot for 10, but if you get 5, hey, that's 5 more than you had in the beginning, right? 14 days. It's not that hard to start doing that, especially with the Facebook method that Corey just showed you, which actually part of that method is in the IPAS 2 back office, right? So it's there. Now, if you want to learn Corey's strategy, how he is setting up a software to do a lot of that for him while he's out kind of doing his own thing, then get with him. He uses a software. I don't have that software, so if you're on my specific team and you want a link to that, you can contact me and I'll get it to you, or you can contact him directly. It doesn't matter, and he's more than happy to show you that. But the bottom line is, whether you use Craigslist, whether you use Facebook, whether you use blogging, YouTube, solo ads, cost per click, pay-per-view, I can go on and on and on. It doesn't matter. You, in the next 14 days, need to get to 5 to 10 leads. Here's what's going to happen when you do that. Number one, it's going to build your morale. And number two, you're going to start seeing results in your business. Results isn't always money, friends. Okay? That's where a lot of us are programmed wrong. We're too focused on the money instead of focusing on what it takes to get the money. You understand what I'm saying? The money's the end result, but there's things that have to be done in order to get there. So if you focus on getting traffic and getting leads, I promise you the money will be there. There's just no way possible that you cannot make money if you're not generating traffic and leads, unless you're just paying for crappy traffic. And everything that we show you how to do generates laser targeted traffic. So if you're following our methods, we know that you're not going to get crappy traffic. All right. So here's my assignment for you as we get ready to close this thing. Do whatever it takes within 14 days to get yourself to 5 to 10 leads. If it's 5, if that's a better goal for you, spend 1 to 2 hours a day, or whatever your time frame allows, or whatever time limit you have there in your day, and do whatever it takes. Write as many blog posts as it takes. Make as many YouTube videos as it takes. Post as many messages on Facebook as it takes. Post Craigslist ads. Whatever it takes. Make your short-term goal 5 to 10 leads a day. Okay, I can tell you this right now. If all of you try, you can be at 30 leads a day within the next 30 to 45 days. Okay, it's not that hard with the training that we do. But if you'll get yourself to 20 to 30 quality leads a day, right? He's already testified to this. You will begin to start having success in your business. Okay, there's just no way around it. It's happened for me, and I'll be honest with you, really it's more like 30 leads a day, but even if you get to 20, right, if you make your short-term go 5 to 10, then go 15 to 20, 25 to 30, what happens is you just get addicted to generating traffic. You get addicted to capturing leads, and then what happens is the commission notifications begin to come in because they're a byproduct of quality traffic and quality leads, okay? So do that. Whatever it takes. That's paid. If it's organic or a mixture of both, you're going to do whatever it takes to get yourself to 15, 20 leads, or 5 to 10 leads a day, and then the 15 to 20, and then the 25 to 30. And don't compare yourself to anyone else. Everyone's different. For some of you, it may take a little bit longer. For some of you, you may be able to knock it out of the park within the first week. The bottom line is be consistent. Don't listen to the haters. Block out all the negativity. Work on yourself every day. We have a daily action plan that goes out every single day that literally holds your hand and tells you what to do. I mean, they even give you the blog post and the video. Like if you want to, I mean, right, Corey? I mean, they give you, it's like they give it to you, right?
Yeah.
So you can use that. Guys, there's just no excuse. We're giving everything to you on a silver platter. Now it's totally up to you to what you're going to do with it, okay? Here's the thing. Even by next Thursday, make it a goal to generate 1 to 2 leads a day. Okay, just make it your goal. So no matter what it takes, I'm going to generate 1 to 2 leads a day by next Thursday's webinar. Invite them to this webinar. Let us motivate them for you. Let us encourage them for you. And I promise you'll begin to see results in your business. All right, we are done here. Let me check the wall to make sure there's no questions. Do you see anything? I can't tell.
No, I didn't see any questions on there.
Okay, no questions. Okay. Well, here's the thing, guys. If you have questions, please write them down. Write them down and ask them next week. Please invite your guest. Please continue to blast this out to your list. And get them to watch the replay.
Webinar.
What now?
I said, yeah, we want to see you guys on this webinar with us. We want to get some more people on there to be able to share their story and testimonials. So.
Absolutely right, guys. This isn't rocket scientists. Corey and I are just following a system that's been designed by people that are way smarter than us and making a lot more money than us, and we are just striving to be in that same category, and we'll get there. I really believe that. I have no doubt in my mind. So God bless you guys. Corey, thanks for being on tonight. I'll get the replay link out to you guys as soon as possible, and have a blessed week. We'll talk to you soon.
See y'all.